Hey. Oh, I didn't know if you'd be around or not, or else I would have told you about this. But can you hear me? All seven of you that's watching, can y'all hear? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Everything is fine. Everything is cool. Um, I was going to make a YouTube video, but I decided that there's a very small amount of you. Hey, Muffin, there's a very small amount of you that understand or, follow my hangouts. Like there's a separate group of you that watch me on YouTube, and then there's a separate group of you that are here in my hangout. And that's what I'm addressing. This is a quick follow up. There's some things that I wanted to cover, and there's some also just a few commentary moments that I was having yesterday while listening to Felicia's Snowmageddon, uh, her very long hangout, and there was some mentionings of some things, and I just want to comment on that. And hey, Mike, hey, Teresa, I just want to comment on that. I'm trying to be very diplomatic because there was some really core things that were said that I think I should address, and that's just from this perception. I respect people's opinions. I respect people's observations, and then I also have to articulate when it comes down to like things that have currently gone on as far as where I'm coming from. Okay, so as you all know, the other night I had a very long hangout here with Tanya, who I'm very grateful to that she decided right from the gate, coming back from a very stressful situation, to even be here, and we wanted to talk about mental illness, and she was very forthcoming. And we did. We talked about it for a lot of hours. I was trying to address my, struggles that I have with somebody I love very much. And, we were talking like girlfriends talk. And in the process of that, other things get mentioned because, of course, when you're going through the conversations of like what you're going through, what you have been going through, subjects come up, people come up, this community doesn't understand something. The reason that things are brought up 2 years later, a year later, 3 years later, and it's universal. We all do it. I do it. Felicia does it. Tanya does it. We all do it because, and this is just my perspective, none of it ever had real resolve. There will be public displays of stuff, and there'll be public, separate, independent perceptions, and then it just kind of festers on its own. And anyone that wants to challenge this, please go ahead. Hey, Jillian, honey, if there's any opposition in that, just let me know if I'm wrong. But I do believe that the reason why things get talked about over and over again is there was never a resolve, and people don't understand why it's done in the first place. It's just put out there that it's done. Hey, Zelma. It's just put out there that it's done. It's regurgitated. It's talked about. It's independently looked at, but it's never resolved. And maybe some of us do it off camera, like Tanya and I. Maybe some of us do it on panels and things like that nature, but sometimes there is no resolve. The outstanding one that there wasn't a resolve in is me and Felicia. There was never a resolve. It's a continual thing. And the reason it's continual is because when it happens again, when someone comes to you, a mutual friend of another, of the same person, going through the same thing, it kind of conjures up the feelings you have against that said person because you went through it with them. What I'm getting at is, why were we commenting or speaking on Miguel and Felicia? It's a very simple thing. Hey, James, it's a very simple thing. Miguel came to me. True, very true, Muffin. Thank you for saying that. Miguel came to me upset. Miguel told me certain things that went on that he knows that were very similar to what I had just gone through. Okay, so this is where my involvement came in. Now, yes, it is between the two of them. However, they choose to resolve it. What's name? The name is what you checked on here, James. Um, so for me personally, I'm not going to comment on anybody else. For me personally, when it was told to me, it upset me because of the continual pattern of behavior. And what happens is I don't expect her to digitally remember everything. But when it comes down to friendships, I am not going to listen nor believe that somebody doesn't believe, understand, or remember why they had a falling out. Unless you are really pushing it to the back of your mind, and the only reason you would do that is because it doesn't matter enough, you're going to remember what that fallout was and why it was. And not saying that you owe anyone else an explanation. Hey, Gypsy, not saying you do, but you still owe it to people that you've done this to on a continual basis. And I'm one of them. Maybe I don't talk about it anymore because for me, I have moved on because I don't feel it's necessary to waste time with somebody who's going to talk in circles, who's going to try and make me look at what my things were. James, by the way, if you're just coming here for the first time and this is something you don't understand, this might not be the place for you. I get very apathetic to other people's situations, especially in this community, because we all are people that try to have friends, try to enjoy ourselves, try to be on hangouts, and then somehow we always get cornered somehow. We get burned somehow because either we're not on the right side or we're on the side of people that others don't like. Okay, and time for you to go. And then we all feel very defensive. And my position here is I always try to keep an open mind here. That's why I have anybody, and you guys have been with me through the years knowing I have had people like Felicia, Tanya, Josh, Trisha, people that have had so much opposition towards them. I have been friends with, I have been open to, and I have had, interaction with. And one of those people's on the side chat. And the two people I was closest to, funny in this community, sorry, James, goodbye, um, is Felicia and Tanya. I know that, Gypsy, but here's the thing, okay? Because when I was listening to hers, it's all right, Mike. When I was listening to hers, I was hearing, what is it of anybody else's business? What did I do? I went on a hangout, and why do I have to prove myself? And all of this stuff, okay? She knows damn well when it comes to me and her, no, that wasn't our James. She knows when it comes to me and her that I'd pull absolutely zero bullshit. But I will not have somebody talk around in circles around me. She did it to me on her hangout and she did it on my hangout. And you know what? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because I know Felicia's capabilities of when she's heard about something that she does get to a point where she's scrambled. She doesn't know what to say. She sits there and does the and then the defense goes up. I get that. I really do. But at the same token, when I listen to her hang out, she has the same defensive mechanism over there. She does the same thing that she claims everybody else does. Oh, stop talking about things 2-3 years ago. She does it. It's good for one, not good for the other. Okay? It just, you know, the thing is that she instigates issues. Always has, always will. She has this uncanny way of bringing people on and making it sound like everybody's attacking her. Everybody is after her. It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing. Go check the girl's Twitter. She's constantly calling somebody out. And if she's not, then she's engaging in some sort of nasty way of giving commentary to somebody because they have, God forbid, an opinion or have whatever business of theirs going on, she's got to ring in on. So what's the difference between her doing it or Tanya doing it? I would like to know that. What's the difference? Oh, it's okay because for you, you're just, oh, I don't know, you found a new friend, you found somebody that's helped you, that's talked, nicely about you, and you bring them on and they have all this insight. Been there, done that. The same happens on this side too. I'm a very intelligent, open, apathetic person. I am not looking for any kind of, like, I don't want everybody agreeing and I don't want everybody disagreeing. I'm looking for people to be open to the possibility that there were some things that were done that weren't right. Point blank. And it wasn't just about Miguel. I was kind of hoping that she would give a little bit more, because she knows that we just not that long ago had a falling out and it never got resolved, because she did the same thing she's doing now. Talks in circles, gaslights you, and pretends she doesn't know what you're talking about. Now, I'm not going to speak for Miguel. I speak because I have an opinion on a friend that came to me about it. And I've also been in a similar situation with her not that long ago. So therefore, that's why I commented. I said anything. And then she was on my side chat. Okay. Oh, we're still talking about this? Again, instigating. Again, instigating. Yes, we are talking about this. I'm talking about what I choose to on my channel, such as you do on yours. Again, with the same format of trying to battle with, oh, I don't understand why Tanya gives a shit. I don't understand why they have to get involved. Well, then include yourself in there, because you have gotten involved. Let me go down the line of how many things you've gotten involved in over a course of, I don't know how long. You've gotten involved in everybody's situation, from Celeste to Chandra to Tanya to me to Tucci to JJ to Mid to every troll ever announced on a side chat, to Lindy and Boris to NB. Everybody you've gotten involved in, you had something to say about. You talk for hours and hours and hours about what makes you so different. But you call us out on the same things that we do. We do what we do in a similar manner, but some of us are a little bit more apathetic than the others. And all I was trying to derive from her the other night was if she is aware of the fact that other people are hurt by her. And, she'll say, yeah, I am. I'm hurt too. I get that. I heard it. I heard hurting her yesterday too, when she was talking about me and her. I know she's hurt. She didn't tell that to me. She didn't express that to me, not in private and not publicly. Okay, so for me, I'm like, sayonara. I'm not going to sit here and listen to the irrational stuff that's gone on for any longer. Okay? I sat up there with her many times, and I said that the other night. I said, I sat up there, defended you when I didn't agree with you, defended you when other people were just being horrible to you. Okay? And I appreciated her and I supported her, and I did not feel it was reciprocal all the time. Sometimes, yes, a lot of the time, no. So no, I didn't feel it necessary during my 6 months of going through my own pain to go talking to her, when I'm sorry, when those other things ahead of that, my family, my mental, stuff, is way ahead of somebody who I have a lukewarm friendship with on YouTube. No, not trying to be mean. All right? It doesn't mean I hate her. It doesn't mean she's disparaging, but she can be a petulant little child. Okay? And that's the truth. That's not even an opinion. For me, that's the way I see her sometimes. A petulant child. I understand that, Amy, but then she goes on hers and she gets somebody up there. And I respect Trisha's comments and what she was saying. Okay, I do, but I disagree to a certain extent. All right. It's not about not letting things go and not moving on. We have let things go, but there are certain things that are not resolved, and that bothers me. So if I have to take that responsibility and say that that's my issue, it's my issue. Nothing is ever resolved. And yes, sometimes maybe there isn't an answer, and all the answer is to just go your separate ways, but we're all interactive. And I don't discount her. I just don't like what she does. And when she does it to other people constantly, or she does it to the next person in line, somebody that I like a lot, and let's not let's not be, let's not be vague. She didn't like it. He was on my hangout. Don't tell me it's not because of that. He can go wherever he wants. No, that's bullshit. Just gonna close the door, guys, because my daughter's coming in. That's bullshit. You didn't like it that he came on my hangout and he spoke of leaving for a little while. And yeah, you were mentioned, but you were mentioned positively. He never said anything bad about her. He doesn't have that in him to do that. Okay? Oh, do I have Chandra blocked? I'm sorry, Chandra. Um, I just, that's it. My place here isn't to make people, oh, Choly thinks she's so high and mighty. No, I don't. My place here isn't like that. It never was in this community. It never was about rising over everybody else. But you know what? If everybody can articulate somewhere else, then they can articulate with the person they have an issue with. She doesn't articulate with me. She sits there and runs in circles and gaslights and just, but if she was a little bit more forthcoming like she was on her own with somebody else who decided to listen and agree with her, there you are. I can't agree with everything you say, Felicia. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And no, I don't sit here and think you need to be accountable for or remember but you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I find her to be dishonest. I think you do. I think you do because you have references. I have screenshots. I download this hangout. I've downloaded that hangout. I have all this. And how do we know this? Because she regurgitates them on Periscope for content. So don't tell me you don't remember. Maybe you don't have every word memorized, but nobody does. Now, the other thing is my reaction to her at the end. Okay. This is another thing she won't ever say that she does. Okay. Here it is, and I get it. Her and Tanya are like two bulls in a china shop. They're just going to keep butting heads. They're not going to get anywhere. They don't like each other. That's just the truth of the matter. It's never going to be where those two are ever going to see eye to eye. That's why I always feel like I'm the middle person that's the moderator. Like I said, the two archangels of this community. Chandra, I'm going in to unblock you. She made a point when I was trying to say that I don't feel she's being honest. She made it a point to mention Chris, the very person. So we know she was listening because why would you bring him up? There is something about her that has to do that little like twisting the knife kind of a thing. She knows how she's going to get to you, so she's going to mention the very person you care about. And that's what she did. And my action was to respond and say something in the same context, which I wasn't happy about. I wasn't. I don't feel like you're unblocked, Chandra. I don't feel like that's my kind of behavior. Hey, Leanne. I don't like that behavior. I don't like that in me. And Tanya will tell you that. I don't like it. I don't like cursing at people and being nasty to them. I don't feel that that's going to solve anything. But you don't do that. Yeah, you don't do that. Okay? Because he's somebody in my life personally. These other people, these are just your online friends or acquaintances or what have you. I don't know what. But I don't find it. This is where I'm saying about friendship. She doesn't take anything into account that some things are off limits. He's off limits. Julia's off limits. My family's off limits. I would never do that to her. Never. Okay? Even the joking about, the sister that was lost in the woods or all that stuff. I never said anything bad about it. I said just spend Thanksgiving with them and be quiet about it. That's what I said. I would never say anything personal to her, because I would think I would get the same kind of reaction that I gave her. Yeah, I know. But she has a very public opinion about the way Tanya is. Why do you care, Tanya? Why does it matter to you, Tanya? Well, Felicia, why do you get involved in Tucci and JJ and Shauna's situation? Why were you sitting up there commentating about that? It's the same thing. Tanya was here on my hangout. We were discussing things. She has opinions, she has feelings. She expressed them. I don't care. That's why I have people up here. Yeah, but it's not even just that, Amy. It's not even just that. Just like any of us, yes, you're here, Chandra. Just like any of us, we have people that are off fucking limits. I understand that people don't get that because kids have been brought into it. Oh, okay. I didn't know your other account, Chandra. Hey, Jan. And Jan, you're so, you know what, Jan, you've always been so fucking insightful. And you did it a couple of years on my hangout. You just called it what it was. And that is what I mean. There isn't that over there. It's the same thing. It's this wounded animal. Happy birthday, Jan. I didn't know that. Stop it, Mike. It's this wounded animal. Oh, poor me. You see how everybody picks on me. You see how everybody's mean to me. You see how everybody is getting on me. You instigate. How many more years do I have to tell you this? You instigate. And anybody who's your real friend is going to tell you the same damn thing. You instigate. You instigate every kind of conjure drama there has ever been since the day one. Word I couldn't get out of my mouth the other night when she was going off on about how y'all were reacting to her. You're welcome, honey. It's very true, Jan. What I was trying to get out the other night when you guys were commenting, when she's like, oh, look at this side chat and the way I was like, go back to your viewers' voice days. Was she not doing the same thing, instigating and throwing out comments? And what is that? It's very hypocritical. I know she did, Chandra. I know she did. I listened to it, because I was out yesterday doing laundry and I was listening to it and I was seething. And that's not good for me. I don't need that. But for me, again, as a person who just dealt with this the other night, and then she's going over and saying about how people shouldn't get involved in other people's situations. What are you doing? And I love Shauna. I do. I absolutely do. I love Shauna. I was on a hangout with her last week. I love her. I've always liked her. I had no idea about any of this, and I don't want to know anything about any of it because it's none of my damn business. But hooray, Felicia. Here we go. Because it's Tucci she had a falling out with. Of course she's going to ring in on that. And why? When Tanya asked about what happened between her and Miguel, which apparently is off limits, you can't ask that, she brings up, hey Celeste, why does she bring up, what about what you did to Dawn? Felicia, it's been publicly and privately handled. Those things that were gone through, me and Tanya have dealt with. And I don't sit there and procure this consistent thing about reminding my friend what she's done to me. We have settled it. That's it. And I have said where I thought she did things and was wrong about it and moved on. There's a difference. And I would have done the same thing with you, Felicia, but that's not something you're capable of because you yourself will go, well, you spoke like this for hours on a Periscope about me and you made many hangouts about me and da, 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 da. The 5 credo statements of Felicia. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember. You were talking about me for hours and hours. You made a Periscope about me. And what business is it of anybody else's? The 5 credo statements. But none of them get to a resolve. And that's why I get frustrated. Okay. And I've had issues with almost everybody on that side chat. Okay. Me and Celeste, me and Chandra, Janet one time, Tanya constantly. We've had falling outs. At any time would I ever not want to talk to any of you at some point and say, yeah, let's work this, let's at least come to some understanding to some degree. Okay. And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But there isn't like an account where somebody's sitting up there and just circulating and circulating and circulating. And then finally you get so agitated and you get so like, just, I don't even want to discuss this anymore because it wasn't going anywhere. I mean, there was a point where I was feeling like I was getting somewhere with her, and then it just fell through the cracks. That there's always a point where the red button's pushed, and then you have to really go off. And I was so close, but I didn't. And I'm glad that I didn't. But in my heart, I feel I went too far because I don't like having to say to her, F you, or, don't, I'll end you. That's my usual thing. I say things like that all the time when I'm pissed off, when I'm pushed like that. I'll end you. Not that I'm going to do anything, but it's just, that's how I feel. That's how erupted I was. I know. And a lot of people knew that. Because this is a circular thing, Chandra. It's never a final, but there's something in her that she is very different with me because she won't go as low as she's gone with other people. And when I looked at her yesterday in that little portion of her hangout, I saw hurt. Now, I could be wrong, but I did. She almost looked like she was kind of on the way to cry, but I won't even go that step because she'll say, none of y'all matter. I don't care. I've got real friends. Oh my God, what the fuck did I do? What did I do? Zara was here the other night. How did I block her? What am I doing? Oh my God, look at that. Okay. Just excuse me, guys. Honestly, way too much. Oh my God, the real Deborah Irv is blocked. All right. I think that's it. Way too many. Anyway, okay, she's not blocked anymore. I mean, like I said, I have been in very, very touchy situations where I've sat on panels with her and I felt like, oh my God, this doesn't feel good. Just listening to what it's leading up to, or the conversations, or where it's going. And I've felt like that a lot of the time. And then, she kind of mellowed out after a while and it wasn't that bad. And then she would drop something like what she did. I'm sorry. This keeps coming up, but I'm sorry what she did about those California wildfires. I'm never going to understand, no matter how much that's explained, why you would ever wish death on people. That's the end of that. I know it's not going to be, whatever, but hey, Nani, I'm just saying that was the end of the road for me. There are just some things you cannot excuse. You cannot explain away. That was it for me personally. Maybe everybody else is okay with it. Oh, that's her. That's what she does. I wasn't. That's all right. It's all right, Chandra. It's okay. I'm pretty sure in my muffled ways I've called you many names too. It's okay. It's okay. I have no animosity towards anybody. Do I have different opinions? Yes. Do I have times where I feel like, people get a little too bullyish or get a little too dominant in their opinions? Yes, I do. Exactly. But for the most part, we've all been together in the same vicinity. There was a time where all of us could just, go and enjoy ourselves and laugh and what have you, and be people. Now it's all about, the Hatfields and the McCoys, and you can't be on the McCoy side because the Hatfields don't like them, that kind of thing. But I disassociated from that. I do my hangouts for the sole purpose of, I want it open to you guys. I want you guys to come here because I know you're my community too, because you've been supportive, and I'm never going to say that you haven't been. I appreciate that, but what I do outside of these hangouts is completely different. I don't deal with this. That's why I took myself off of fucking Twitter completely. It's why I don't do periscopes anymore. It's why I, don't even bother with my Facebook these days. And it's helped a lot, again, in my own personal situations. It's helped a lot. and I have disagreements with people every now and again. I do. I mean, I won't lie and say I haven't. Auntie. Hey, JJ. JJ. Hello, Deborah Irv. That's you, Nani, she meant. Exactly. Exactly. Now you can't say who you're friends with because right away it's like, you're friends with that person? What's up, Angie Fabulous? Oh my God. And I'm just going to remind all of y'all how y'all got here in the first place. Nina, who I guarantee nobody follows anymore, right? Nobody wants to watch her eating food. But, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. We all have had falling outs with each other for one area or whatever. Bye, Chandra. Thanks for coming. And I appreciate what you said. Blockety block. Celeste. I just don't get why she doesn't get it. I want to know why she doesn't get it. She goes over there and she's like, I don't get it. Everybody is always, like calling me out for shit in this community and da 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 da. But this community, I hate to see this. This community made you. If it weren't for this community, you wouldn't have a channel. You wouldn't even have the amount of fucking subscribers. You wouldn't hit 1,000. And I don't want to hear that it is because of who she's talking to now. Bullshit. It was you guys. It was you guys. Oh, no, Nani, no. Are you serious? She's still around. I can't. See? Are you serious? She's really doing that? Tucci. Tucci, that finger better not be for me, girl. It better not be for me, girl. So I'm going to tell you. My New York compadre. So I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. What's what's your perspective? But I think, and again, I know Muffin, but at one point, Muffin, maybe somewhat, everybody here has helped her. Everybody. In one shape, way, or form, whether you were on panel with her, whether you were on her side chat, whether you were behind the scenes, whatever it was, everybody helped her. And Miguel helped her. Miguel got her, got her people back again, because of his content and because of his, he's amazing. Why are you blaming me, Celeste? Why are you blaming me? Miguel's an amazing person. I adore him. And I know Felicia likes him too. I do. But as with everybody else that she's been friends with, yeah. You don't understand. Your ways actually make people think twice about you. Oh, whatever, Celeste. Who was telling me to? That was you, miss. Yeah, I know, JJ. I know it's always my fault. It is always my fault. One way or the other, it's always my fault. Oh, I know. I know it will. And again, that's none of my beeswax. Yay! Hashtag blame Choly. Yes, they were, Tooch. They were. And I will not lie to you. I was annoyed. I was annoyed that she got involved, and yet, she talks about me and Tanya getting involved with her and Miguel. I got annoyed that she got so deeply involved in you and whatever fallout you're having. You know what I'm saying? Celeste, girl, from your days of your channel and watching Keemstar and all those other drama channels when you used to make your content, and she'd be like, I used to love all these drama channels and I follow them and blah, blah, blah. Yay. I love all these hashtags. So you knew. Right. And again, I don't know anything about it, but if I know anything about JJ and Tucci, they're very level-headed people, okay? And they're very intelligent people. And I don't discount anybody's feelings in this. I don't know what went down. But my point is not even the specific content of that. My point is she's pissed off and making Tanya the bad guy about why are you asking about me and Miguel? Well, why are you getting involved? Why are you getting involved with JJ and Tucci? What is it your business? Oh, I know those two people you had a fallout with, just like me. Just like me. It didn't, Celeste. I said petulant child, but I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. I will agree with that. Oh, you did, Tooch. I've been off scope for quite a bit. And I wasn't very, let me just say this too, because the people that are in here need to hear this. I wasn't very nice my last Periscope before I deactivated my actual channel. I was mad at, certain things were being said. I was pissed off that, people were going back at Tanya again. I was pissed off at the Felicia situation really badly. And it got to the point where I was so in my feelings. I was like, I'm done. Fuck all of y'all. And again, I don't mean that from me as a person. I don't like feeling in opposition with people. I don't, but I do disagree with a lot of things that have been said and done. And I don't ever say that that's not how I feel. Sometimes I feel people can be very hypocritical. And Miss Lady over there yesterday, I felt there was a huge hypocrisy going on. And a few times you can even ask Tanya, I'm listening going, oh, are you effing kidding me? This is hypocritical. But I've done that many times because I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really probably never will, but no, I know you do, Tooch. I know. It's just that it regurgitates over and over and over again. And I'm not going to sit here and ever explain who I have on my Hangouts. Never, ever. It's none of your damn business. And that is why I don't like the fact that she got mad at Miguel, because again, the real reason, y'all, is because he was on my Hangout. I don't care what she says. He was on my Hangout. Oh, he was saying shady stuff. Like what? Oh, I don't remember. Isn't that just cute? Exactly. 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 So where is it that we were attacking? Because I'm sure that will come out. This poor hurt child. I saw what she said on Twitter. Excuse me again. Um. Yep. 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 But where is it that she was attacked on my Hangout the other night? I just don't have any patience for people lying. Sure, go ahead, Nani. Okay, I don't. I felt she was being dishonest. She's like, "Oh, so what's the difference? You're scoffing at me and you don't think I'm being truthful." No, I don't. Celeste. I just I just sat there and it was just like I had to walk away. And finally I was like, I'm going to go get a drink, and I literally walked away. I came back to another war. Right. 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 Because let's go back, if we want to really go back in time, a month ago when I came out on Periscope against her and I said that, nope, no excuses. She came out and said, well, I don't know what kind of episode. Hey, Andrea, what's up, girl? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I don't know what episode Choly's having, but see, so I should have had some sort of mental break in order to disagree with her. Is my interpretation. No. Oh, okay. And that's what y'all do. And again, whoever you decide to help, fine. I mean, I think that that's a good thing if somebody needs help in this community, especially that we've all had really hard times and sometimes it is hard to admit you need help anywhere. Uh-huh. Said I had a mental episode. Was I apologized to about that? No. You know what she said? Well, you have it out in public, because I talked about having borderline and depression. So because I spoke of my mental things. I was having an episode because I came out so aggressively about a former friend who I just defended 2 days ago about talking about people dying in a fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I know Tucci would feel that way. I know JJ would feel that way. I know anybody would feel that way. It doesn't matter the excuse. It doesn't. You don't do that. You don't make fun of people's tragedies. You don't make fun of people's personal tragedies. Point blank, period. That's it. And sometimes people take things from that. Making fun and making comments are two separate things. Okay. And even that sometimes is a fine line. You don't make disparaging comments towards a person when they have a tragedy because of their behavior, even though it might fuel that behavior. Okay. And I just want to say a little bit about this too, because I know it's going to come up. Tanya just made a Periscope and a video about what she just went through. Her, going through something she decided to talk about, which I give her credit for, and I'm proud of her for. And I had no idea. She came to me and told me about it, and I was proud of her. And it takes a lot of guts to tell a lot of people that you were broken and you went to go get fixed, and that your behavior was caused. And not saying it's the right thing all the time, but we all are fueled by something. That this was the reason that she would come out and have all of these episodes. That shouldn't be used against. And that is the case where Felicia does things. I don't care what you say here, Miss Fifi. Okay. You used it against me, and you've used it against several people before. Anybody coming out and saying anything that they've done, or saying, listen, this is the reason I haven't been around because I've been going through stuff, that's not to be used against them. And that has been done. Doesn't matter if it's public. Have a show of decorum and decency and respect. That is what lacks here. I'm sorry, guys. That is what lacks here. That's all right, Tanya. I'm just saying about how you put out what you put out. And I don't believe anybody should use it to the point where it's saying, oh, it's publicly out there. So, well, she's a piece of shit because that's what she is. That obviously because she was in a mental hospital. Just like I was told, oh, I'm having an episode because I disagree with Felicia. No. You're all very intelligent, capable people. We all go through things. We all have afflictions, whether it's with ourselves or other people. That should not ever be used in a forum where it's, oh, see, Tanya went crazy. She said that she went crazy. So no wonder she's this way. And then laugh about it because we all know, I'm waiting. She has sat up there and laughed at somebody's surgery. That ain't funny. What's funny about that? I'm sorry. That was funny. No, it's not. Because if you got a paper cut and somebody laughed at you, you wouldn't stand for it. Okay? I sat and listened to quite a bit of bullshit in my time here, whether it's on my channel or other people's periscopes or other people's hangouts. I have heard quite a bit of bullshit, and yet I have stayed involved in a way because there are people I really like. I like a lot of people. I do. I don't agree with everything, and I'm sure people don't agree with everything I do either, and that's okay. But I've always been the benefit of the doubt girl. Thank you. Thank you. I don't remember everything. I don't take account to everything. I got shit to do. And you don't think we do? I'm sorry. I get less sleep, and not because of hangout or anything like that. That's just me, my general, biological way of things. I get less sleep. I get maybe 3-4 hours a night if I get that. And I recall a lot. I do. And not because I can't get over it. It's because it is very apparent. And again, oh, who's this? Ashley. So Trisha's good friends with VC, viewer's choice. Now, after she gave her the nickname Sean Penn, I'm so glad somebody on the side chat brought that up. Back when, not that long ago, I'd say a year and a half ago. Right. I was friends with Trisha a lot. Trisha was a very big help to me. She was. And I would go on her hangouts and she would come on mine, and we had a lot of fun together and everything. And then there were the people who were in my ear. Trisha did this. Trisha was a troll. Trisha did this. Me and Chandra had this out already. So Chandra's exempt from this. But Felicia, when I was friends with her, I heard what a troll she is. Did you know she trolled herself? Did you know she trolled? And again, I don't understand the logic or the hypocrisy. Again, now all of a sudden she's helped her. She's done so much. Again, we all have. And I respect Trisha's decision to move on and to not discuss. And I get it because I never had closure with Trisha. Never. I listened to everybody. That was a mistake on my end. I listened to everybody at the end. Oh, she's a troll. She's gonna dox people. She's got my address. She's never doxed me once. And everything I've ever told her in confidence, she's never used against me. I like Trisha a lot. I stopped being friends because I listened to somebody else who apparently was my friend. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Muffin. Apparently help her where she got to today. But I quote that again. There's two people who were there from the very beginning that helped her, Tucci and JJ and Mid and Mara. Okay. We came later. I came a lot later. All right. And viewer's voice. If there was no viewer's voice, there was no Nick Snyder. She wouldn't have a damn channel. Okay. So no, Trisha started, I don't know if she started in Boy Andrea, but she came from this community too. Okay. There's a lot of stuff y'all over in Boy don't understand, and that's another thing. Okay. And again, I'm not gonna dish out stuff for, you know, the sake of another community, because that's not my business. There's people in this community that are over there. I'm pretty sure it'll get there at some point. But over here, yeah, Trish had um she had hangouts here. We all a lot of us went on them. I was friends with her. A lot of people were friends with her. Some things happened. There was fallouts, what have you, just like everything else. Felicia, oh, is at the hemp of it sometimes. Jan. Oh no. Oh boy. I didn't know that, Ashley. I'm sorry. But my statement saying that I was friends with her is when I listen back to what Felicia was trying to, dish out here about her helping her and everything like that. And Miguel, yeah, Miguel did actually. Miguel went over to Boyd. Miguel is very close to Lindy and Boris. Miguel, they love him over there. Okay. And yeah, she brought back Boyd on her channel. Hey, IJ. um, there's 6 degrees here, Andrea. There's a lot of people that have been here that sauntered over there because of what have you. Honestly, the first two people I was aware that ever were over at Boyd were Kat and Vegas years ago. Years ago. And that's the only reason I knew anything about it. Um, and nowadays, I don't know anything. I see people talk about things and bring things up. I don't know any of it, and that's fine. People can have their separate communities, but okay, but where there's a link here is when things are discussed about how things ventured here as opposed to how they venture over there. There was somebody on my side chat, Tanya, maybe you can remember, who was saying about, oh, I didn't know about any of this. You should let this person know. I'm not into all that. I feel like someday it'll unravel itself. She'll show her true colors just like she showed over here. Right, exactly, Jan. You can't brush against some without some rubbing off. Exactly. I just feel that when push comes to shove, in retrospective at all, unless it is helping her or it is funding something content wise, then there is no other way that there is a real emotional connection to her as a person. Point blank. That's it. And if she does have somewhat of an emotional connection to you, somehow it's always going to be that you screwed up. You hurt her. You said things that were bad about her. You were trying to knock her. Never mind everything else that you have to sit back and watch as her friend. Oh, okay. Okay. Andrea, I had no idea that you even knew who I was, so I appreciate that. Oh. Um so yeah, like I just this is me just kind of clarifying what maybe got a little muddled the other night because like I said, you go over there and it's yeah, I was trying to, answer, but kept getting cut off, or I don't understand why Tanya has to blah 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 blah. Well, not for nothing, but nobody would have had her on if she didn't show up in the first place. Because what did she come in? Oh, are we still talking about this? How boring. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. Right? So it's okay for you to come over and instigate. It's okay for you to come over and say whatever. Oh, because you were secretly listening to the hangout. We all know you do that. So you can use it at some point. Are we that dumb? No, we're not. Like I said, I don't know anything about that section of YouTube. Like I said, I've heard about bottom of YouTube for years now, and I'm like, what is that? Like I don't even know what that is. But that's just whatever was created, and people are in it. Just like over here, they don't know what to call it over here. I know what Barbie calls it, but I don't know. And that's another thing. Like I enjoy a lot of people their colored perspective on things, their colorful perspective on things. I have to watch my words. Colorful perspective. Barbie is one of them. I get a kick out of her. I think she's so funny sometimes, and the way she does things, and even the video she does, I think she is just so freaking funny. And I've always enjoyed her, and I did enjoy Trisha's hangouts, a while ago, even when Nick was on, even when Nick was not too happy, but I enjoyed it because we had a commonality too. We used to love talking about like 80s music and, art and, well, not art. Art would talk about art, but like movies and stuff like that. And it doesn't get to be something you get to enjoy for very long because people suddenly have an issue with the fact that you're enjoying that person. And that is a tragedy. That's a tragedy here. You can't enjoy people for very long because it's, well, they did this, or they said this, or they've been this. Yes, I know. I understand. I do. Like her questioning about what Tanya did to me. Come on now. I'm aware of what happened in the past, but it's done. It's done. I don't see Tanya the same way as I used to. And that's on me. People will turn around and be like, oh, Tanya said this a month ago. I know what she's done. I know what she did. We've gone through this. But the girl at least comes out and says, yes, I know I did it. Yes, I'm wrong. Yes, I'm sorry. I have yet to ever hear Felicia ever utter the words, correct me, side chat, if I'm wrong. I'm sorry for hurting you, or I'm sorry if I did that. Maybe it'll be in a three-part series of other people kind of helping her along to say it, but never publicly ever. I said she is I said the two of them are archangels of this community. because they are the most villainized, both of them. There's nobody more villainized. I know, Tooch. Tucci, put the thumb down. I know, girl. You don't have to, you know, to answer. I'm just saying. Ever, any of you ever heard her apologize? Ever? I have once, and that was between her and I privately. That was the first falling out. And it took a couple of hours to get there. That was it. That was it. And maybe it's why I gave her a longer chance after a while, because I'm like, well, maybe she's different. Maybe she's different. I don't know. I really don't know. Tucci. I want to just, I want to have my hangouts and talk more about what I've been talking about, what I started talking the other day, and go back to enjoying it and making fun of Manny MUA with AJ and, laughing at silly stuff. You know what I see as a weakness? Stubbornness. That to me is a weakness. Being completely sawed off from having any kind of a human feeling or negotiation. I find that a weakness. That's just me. Well, I don't know how that all stems in a person's life, but I can tell you I've had a lot of regrets in my early 20s from looking at things in those kind of like skewed views. Oh, I didn't know that, Andrea. But you know that, guys. I mean, come on, we've all gone through our teen years and our 20s. Like if I can go back and change the way I thought or change the way I acted, because I was just, very troubled. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Very much so. I find the stubbornness a weakness. And I don't just deal with it with her. There are times I deal with it with other people. Well, what is that? What do they call that? Delusions of grandeur? Yeah. But you know what, Jan? People can say the words, I'm sorry, but it's the meaning behind it. Is it really meant? Because, Andrea, no one can relate to it. There used to be a time where, it was solely about what goes on here, and then she ventured into plants, and then she ventured into documentaries, and then she ventured into tarot. And I applauded her for changing her methods. Me too. Me too, Muffin. I still, everything I do nowadays is a growth process. I still go through that, and when people ask you or people say to you how easy it is or how you can just get over something, no, no, I cannot. It takes a process. That's my brain. That's the way I function. I don't expect that of everybody else. And I understand everybody else has their own capabilities. But for me, I go through processes of when I have things that don't work out. And a lot of it, at first, yeah, it's self beating up and, feeling very remorseful and regretful. And it'll venture into kind of like a place where you're angry, really angry, and then it'll venture into, I don't want to try anymore. I don't want to do this anymore because I'm going to fail at it. And then it'll venture around again to where maybe what are you missing here? Maybe you need to remember that not everything is always going to be so viable to you right away, that there are signs. I always believe that there are signs. Things happen in your life for a reason. Signs, look at them, and there's your answer. And sometimes it means doing absolutely nothing but growth, but looking at yourself, working on yourself. And that's what I'm doing all the time, every day. And I'm going to make a video because no, I haven't been very personal on my channel for a while and I haven't said anything. Personal growth, going through my own processes. Do they work for everybody? No, but I would like to allow other people to see that it's okay sometimes not to do anything, not to be functional, and say that, you know, I'm looking at everything around me, and I'm looking at how I can improve me first before I get involved in anything else. There's nothing wrong with that. Leanne, I'm gearing up for it. Yeah, you do. You have to. I tell this to somebody in my life almost every week. You're missing the point. It's not that you're being punished. It's not that, somebody hates you and is wishing you the worst possible life. You're getting in the way. You are getting in the way. I got in my way so much, and that's why I'm struggling now. I got in my way so much in my 20s. That's why I struggle now. Nothing wrong with that. If you're honest, I have a lot of love for honesty. I do. I respect it. It's why I care very much about people that are very honest. Once and it was fake. Oh, Chandra, you mean her apology? I gotcha. I gotcha. I have gone through a lot of pain that I haven't shared with you guys. A lot. Because sometimes I just feel like it's not for public consumption, you know? But I'm also somebody that wears her heart out on her sleeve. So a lot of times people will see it anyway. And that's okay. Yep. Yep. You do. Right before I had my child, and even after I had my child in my 30s, even after I had my child. Oh boy. Oh, Ashley. Oh my God. Hi, Ashley. I didn't know that was you. Wow. I'll tell you something. Every time I fire up a hangout, I'm shocked at who shows up. I appreciate that, Ashley. I really do. I know you didn't like me for a while because of the whole Josh situation, but it's okay. Okay, I'm going to read out what Jay said. Jan, sorry, your girl Jay, Jan. Tucci, there will always be another group to follow. She burned groups before it. It's a time game. She's figured that out. She drops the confused Vic card because it works temporarily. Who? On who? On whom? On maybe people that don't know her that well. Don't work here. And I don't even say that about anybody that likes her. Okay? You know this about her too, even the ones that like her, because again, I don't hate this girl, but I did. I knew it. I knew it all along too. I had a watchful eye on it. It's just because, again, there were certain things that you kind of just gloss over after a while because you're like, oh, it's just her being her. But then how much more can you make excuses for people? You can't. You have to just own your own identity and everything. I know. I am just shocked. Ashley, I'm shocked. Wow. I'll be honest with you. Every time I fire up a hangout, my heart starts pounding, racing. The anxiety just goes right through me for the first like 30 seconds because I'm like, what am I going to see now? Even though I'm pretty sound in my mind and I'm pretty sound in what I have to say, but there are times, yeah, I'm human that I'm like, uh-oh, what's going to happen now? Based upon stuff that's happened in the past. Yep, I agree. Oh, well, back when, how do I put this? If y'all can refresh the memory of the Josh thing, I think it was Blair who used to have hangouts, and I know sometimes maybe you were on it, and the whole like, Josh Harris thing, if you remember him, the infamous troll. He's calling me now, by the way. The purge is calling me. That's my joke. Every time my phone rings. Thanks, Andrea. I appreciate that. And you are very welcome here, more than welcome here anytime. Anytime. I try to, I try to put out as clear a perspective as I can. Jan, I don't know. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Could always be, like I say, every time of my hangout, I'm like, there's 24 people watching, and there'll be like four people. Today, you guys are commenting, but there'll be people here, and I'm like, we know, we know you're lurking somewhere. Oh, that's okay though. That's great. I appreciate that, and it's far behind me too. Like no hard feelings or anything like that. I appreciate that you even came here to say that. That's really forthcoming. See what I mean? See what I mean? She didn't even have to. That's another thing, Felicia. You don't have to go into explanations. You don't have to explain your life away. You don't. But you do have to be honest. Me too, AJ. Me too. Me too, AJ. And I know that there are those that don't want to comment that like her. I will never be against that. I don't care if people Miguel would apologize to me. I don't care. Hashtag put that crap out on Twitter. We're just gonna blame me. Mike, please. I know that's a very, very strong word. Very strong word. I said it the other night. I don't hate people. I hate behavior. There are times I really dislike behavior, big time. Right. And there's the choice you can make is you either don't support or follow her, and that's the end of it, you know? And hey Jay. And I don't follow or support anybody who puts oats on their face. I'm just putting that out there. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Exactly, Andrea. Hating ways. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We all have our moments where, we see glimpse of things that we enjoy, and then sometimes we're let down. I felt very let down by her. I'm not gonna lie. Exactly, exactly. I was let down tremendously because I had just defended her 2 days ago. And y'all are in here, Miss calling me Oprah and Mr. Mike over there giving me a hard time. Y'all are in here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't do it, AJ. Don't do it. I'm telling you now, you'll regret it. I can't. I am picturing AJ down the aisle and just laughing her ass off, looking at the Quaker Oats. Oh my God. It's spread so wide now that every time I go to the store, Joe's like, Dawn, Dawn, look, Manny, Manny. And Jen, you were one of her supporters too. Like when you were on my hangout, I will never forget this. One of the best hangouts I ever had was when I had Jan on. And Jan, Jan was like something about rolling in a donut. That statement used to kill me. But she was so supportive of Felicia, how intelligent she was. Ugh. Bye. Yeah, but do you put makeup on after that, Celeste? Do you put on a full face of makeup? Oh no. But anyway, Jan was like, she was calling people fucktards and saying about all the Brokeback Mountain thing. That would be probably the best and the funniest thing that she said on my channel. Funniest thing. Well, you know what, Andrea? If you want to be schooled on that, go back to Viewer's Choice, episode 1, and you'll hear it. You'll hear it. You'll hear all of the glory that is her. Because no matter what she tells you, she started over here when Nick Snyder used to have the Viewer's Voice, where it was nothing but a hangout channel. Now he has an actual full-blown like channel, drama channel. And we all congregated together because of Nina Unrated, and it became, just 6 degrees from that, whatever was going on interpersonal. Felicia was a troll, a huge one, and she used to poke and prod and be nasty, and a lot of people would kick her off. She gave Nick a very hard time for a very long time, because he didn't like her. You will go down a rabbit hole. Not saying Nick Snyder was innocent because the boy wasn't, but that's neither here nor there. I know. and she started Viewers Choice because she felt Viewers Voice was not really being a viewer type of a thing. It was kind of like not dealing with the fact that she had some things to say in the side chat and she was getting, censored. Okay. But, other people had hangouts that she did the same thing. So then she started her channel. Okay. Right. That's, yeah, 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 yeah. Her ways are movable and we cannot know them. Babylon, maybe that's it. We're pretty set people. We don't change our ways. That's true to an extent. Oh, whatever, JJ. Don't listen. It's my fault. Okay. Just know, go on with your day. Hashtag it's Choly's fault. That's it. That's all y'all need to know. Yeah. That's another thing. That was a very, and I think that was touched upon yesterday. And again, not again. See, these are forms of references. It's not about, oh, we're talking about that. It's forms of references. There have been things that have been said that were horrible. She was going through something with her dad having cancer. She started Viewer's Choice as opposed to being the opposition to Viewer's Voice because she wasn't allowed on Viewer's Voice after a while. And she didn't like what they said, thought Nick was lame, thought he was boring. So she started her own channel. And then it was nothing but having the Nick bashing sessions. Talk about people for hours. Oh, I know that, Celeste. I don't. I should think it should be even Steven, but it's not. Um, so after that, she became somebody that, after she was good. She's good at it. I will give her that. She's good at it. She was engaging and, whatever community drama there was, it was always, there was tons of people in there, people going on panels and having it out. And it was entertaining. And at the same time, it could be very, very dangerous because people were getting doxxed. People were getting, we had a lot of troll action going on. We had a lot of stuff. Myself, Tanya, JJ, we had, where people were doing personal shit to us. And, you know, Felicia has a way of glorifying things like that, laughing at things like that. That's why, as much as she personifies that she's this good person, she laughs at the most inopportune times and the worst times, and she can be very, very indigent. I don't, there's a part of her I don't like. There's a little bit of evil. Okay. I think that she was good as far as like interacting with depending on what the issue was, and, we had a good time, me and her a lot. I won't ever knock that. I won't ever say we didn't have a good time. We did. And I had a good time with Tanya, and I had a good time with Celeste, and I had a good time with Trish, and I had a good time with a lot of people. But the biggest two, I've always had an enjoyable time with Felicia, and I hate to say this, Josh, at one time when I allowed it, when I thought he was fine, when I thought he was a great guy, and then look what he turned into. So, possibly, I don't know. I don't get in that. Yes, there is no excuse. And we've all had it here. We have. From Jan to anybody else you talk on this side chat, we've had issues where something was doxed or revealed or said, starting with Nick. Okay? Exactly. Okay? So make no mistake, anybody you talk to on this side chat was there at the very, very, very beginning. Okay? And that's why none of these people are there now, because there was a lot of damage done. A lot. She gets you. She gets you. She intrigues you. She pulls you in, and then all of a sudden, and the knife. Just check her Twitter out. If you don't understand half the crap, that's because that's being thrown here. Oh, so and so, blah blah blah. Like I got time for this shit. Mm-hmm. Okay. But none of it bothers her, and none of it matters, and none of it's relevant. We're all people with no lives, and we don't care. Mm-hmm. Sure. But like I said at the beginning of this, the reason that things get discussed is because there has never been a resolve. And there are times that it comes up, like Muffin said, or it's relevant to the drama that is happening. And sometimes it's people's patterns of behavior. We've had graphs of other people's behavior. We've had long lines and long lists of other things that have happened. I like that. Muffin always puts things so eloquently. Her Twitter is a fictional wonderland of her making. Yeah. Yep. 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 Very much so. Very much so. And that's, it's the sadness is when you realize that. Just like if you met somebody really great in your life and you guys became really, like really good friends and you hung out a lot and all of a sudden, like little by little, there were just certain things or aspects that they did in their personality you started to realize and you were like, oh, I'm kind of uncomfortable with that. But they're my friend. And then it kind of got worse. Or they just stepped over a line that for yourself you never would step over. How would you act? How would you react to that? It's the same format here. There are some of us that have real feelings about things. Maybe that's why it's such a trepidation on her end because she doesn't believe that it should. Oh, this is nothing but the internet, but this is a lot of time invested, regardless. These are these people's times that they've invested, hours upon hours, days upon days, not even just on Hangouts, but privately and in DMs and in group discussions or even, individual. This is people's time that they invested in you. And this is what you got in return. And it kind of fucking sucks. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Really. I mean, at the true bottom of it all. That's all I'm saying. Andrea, that's happened. That's happened. That's happened. And I can tell you from my personal experience with her in this last round that yes, I got very elevated because I can't believe that a friend, so-called friend, wouldn't realize after all this time, like there's just some things you don't do, and you don't make excuses for, and you kind of just go upon that. Well, that too. That too. I don't know about my personal ones, not this time around, but who knows? Because I'm not on Twitter anymore. But yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. Go and listen to my hangout from the other night, Andrea. The last hour, because the first few hours, it's just Tanya and I talking about mental illness. But if you go the last hour of my hangout, you'll hear it. You'll hear exactly what we mean. Nothing is answered. Nothing is resolved. Well, I have. I have. The reason that I even had her on is because she showed up. Yep. Yep. Privately, publicly, yes. Gaslight, 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 gaslight. Oh, I don't know what am I supposed to be saying? Or I don't know, like, what do you mean? Like, you're being very vague. You're not exactly, how much more can you explain a question? Mike. No, he took the boxed wine card and pulled it out. Nah, nope, nope, nope. Or you can go back and if you want to mark from me and her, the last time I was on the hangout with her and Miguel. 2 hours, 2 hours, circulating, circulating, circulating. Yeah, she does. She does on Twitter. Ask any of these people on side chat. Any of these people. If you have a falling out with her, my name came out, what, a day ago, 2 days ago? And she spelled my damn name wrong. It's not the vegetable, people. It's not cauliflower. It's cauliflower. Separate. Okay, that's it. But whatever, like I actually dropped in and actually dropped that little bit of information and left because I was like, I'm not listening because if I listen, I'm going to say stuff and I don't even want to get there. I don't want to go there. Not gonna. I'm just going to make my own and speak on my own because that's where I feel like I can. Because if I go over there, I'm gonna get aggravated. I know, right? Like all these years, Tooch, all these years, and now it's cauliflower. That's all right. I've been called many things worse than that, broccoli, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. But it's Choly, as in melancholy, people. And that should be the end of it. But I'm not trying, Andrea, I'm not trying to deter you because I know you like going on her panel and she's, that's cool. So no judgment, nothing. We're not trying to pit you against her. Just saying that be aware. Just be aware. Because I do recall that you were on when you were having an argument with Lindy and she was eating that up. I could see it in her face. Oh no, get Andrea back here. When you left that time, get Andrea back here. I want to hear that go on. Of course you do. It's all right, Mike. No, it doesn't. That just sounds like, blaming somebody's dinner. blaming blaming somebody for eating vegetables, like blame the vegans. I don't know. Oh, I know, Tanya. I know. I know. Don't I know it? But Tanya, have I said anything that wasn't accurate about the other night or anything at all? I don't know, Celeste. You know about like name changes. We went through this when you first started. It's like it depends on, it didn't depend on vegetables. I went through veganism for a very short time, people. It's on my channel. I was vegan for 3 months. Hmm. Okay, there you have it. And Tanya would tell me. And poor Tanya, because even Tanya the other night was like, what do you call it? Oh, whatever, Mike. As if she didn't have it already. Well, good for her. Um, as if Tanya didn't. I just lost my track of thought. Damn you, Mike. Oh, as if the other night when Tanya was trying to get answers out of her and the whole thing was just spiraling and it was getting to a point where I knew it was like the old days, almost like the old days. I was like, oh my God, what has happened here? I had that moment for that where my heart started pounding. I'm like, holy mother, this is not good. It was kind of epic because I don't think Felicia and Tanya have been on a hangout together since ever. Maybe back in the viewer's voice days. I don't remember. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so anyway, listening to just what I was listening to, and it wasn't, yesterday I was out while this was happening, and I was like, this is not going well. I'm going to be angry and say a lot of shit, and nope, nope, not doing it. So that's why. And then yeah, you have been. That's true. That's true. But never on anyone else's. Very rarely. Very rarely. Because that's not her style. She's been here a few times on my panel. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. When poor Tanya was being muted, my phone just kept going off and all I saw were caps. I couldn't read them. I just saw caps like what? And she was so good about it because she's like, can I unmute myself now? But I had to, I just, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. I know, Celeste. And you were trying to like ask her too, like trying to pose the question, and nope. I know. Yeah. Yeah, that would actually gives you some relief after a while. You get a few welts, but you'd have some relief. Like I just, poor Tanya. I literally, and I've heard Tanya rant a lot, and I'm like, no, this isn't gonna go good. And I'm like, Tanya, you gotta stop, you gotta stop. And she did. And then I was getting it through my phone. The big caps. Oh my God. For whom? Good luck, Mike. Good luck if there ever is a next time. Oh, she's listening. I'm sure she's listening. I'm sure she is, some point listening, or maybe not. It's, the middle of the day, but that's true. We do. We do. I mean, like I said, I do this for the separate part of my channel, just the discussion part. And it's not always going to be about this kind of stuff, but it rolls into it because I know you guys like my hangouts, and that's fine. I don't mind it. I really don't. As long as it's not expected that there's going to be some kind of like long dragged out, situation here, because it's not. Yeah. Oh, okay. And that's another thing, Andrea. That's another thing. That is when I came to her defense, when they were making fun of her costume and all that, the Suspiria thing. Again, personal choice with when it comes down to how you put yourself out there, and it was very bold of her, and I give her credit for that. But I know you were dying, Tanya. I know. But yeah, I thought people were getting a little too nasty about it, and I defended her. Then 2 days later, she told people to go die in a fire. So, you know what I'm saying? It just costumes or telling people to go die in a fire. I don't know which is worse. I kind of think it's the people dying in the fire that's worse. And it didn't just stop at one. And it was, oh, I did apologize with two middle fingers, up in her periscope, that kind of thing. Yeah, bold. That's, thank you, Muffin. She cleaned it up for me, bold. You know what I'm saying? So, and she'll tell you that, oh, it happened so long ago. That's that. Why are people still talking about it? It wasn't that long ago. What were the fires in October, November? That's not that long ago. And the mindset is my problem. It's not just that, it's the mindset to actually think that that's something funny. It's not funny. Not funny at all. And it wasn't, we live on this planet. Everybody feels those things because whether, just like 9/11, whether you were involved somehow or you knew somebody that was involved in it, it's universal. People feel others' pain. It's empathy, something she lacks very strongly. And there is where I have an issue. I can't be friends with somebody that doesn't have some sort of human decency upon them. Well, ask her, because she'll tell you that she had an explanation. There is no explanation. I don't care who wronged you. I don't care what JRT or whoever the hell he is did or said. Nobody should be wished upon anything like that, nor to mess with people, quote unquote, because after that, after she so-called apologized and made a periscope putting her two fingers up, she made a fucking Instagram story with Elmo burning in a fire going, people should die. Yes, that's what I'm saying. These are things that stick with people. These are things that cause people to have, multiple episodes of PTSD. These are universally effective tragedies, whether you've been there or not. I already said it. Exactly. No, you didn't. Nor did I want to hear it, to be honest. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have mattered. That's like saying people in 9/11 deserve what they got, okay? And that is horrible. 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 Even repeating something like that makes me sick. Okay? It's not funny. And it's for attention. That's even worse. I'm laughing at Herbie Dur. I love it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree. I agree. No, there wasn't. You can backtrack that all you want. There was no asking. It was she said that I lacked in asking. I was not going to ask because I didn't want to know the answer. Really didn't want to know the answer. It was enough for me what I saw. That was it. Don't want an answer to that. And I don't think anybody else would either. Maybe if she was sitting next to me, I'd say, "What the fuck are you doing?" Of course, because you have empathy, Andrea. We people, human beings, that's what we do. We feel about each other's tragic things, whether we like them or not. If anything bad happened to her, it would probably hurt and kill me because I cared about her. So despite how I have my differences with her, I would never ever want her ever in some kind of bad situation where, God forbid anything happened to her, it would hurt my heart. Point, period, blank. That's it. That's me though. Okay. So I don't think that's what she understood. That's what I'm saying. It's very one-sided. It hurts me, but it's not okay because I had an explanation. Plus I apologize. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You had people replaying on the let's get off a boy. Oh, please, you people on Periscope that had nothing to do with this community that were playing your hangouts and playing your and putting up your content all the times you said those things during that time. So please. So it's just me? No, it is. I was watching, I don't know if you guys watch Shane Dawson, but I was watching his conspiracy theory video. My daughter and I were watching it last week, and he brought up the California fires, and he lived down the block. It hit this house, it missed this house, it hit this. And I'm looking at the destruction, and I'm just like, oh my God, like it literally happened to me, and it didn't. And it didn't. And what that could have felt like. God forbid, and how lucky we were. It's, you know, what was it? Oh, I didn't know if my family was crying wolf. Oh, I can't. I can't even. I can't even. So, yes, can I get over it? Yes, I can, but I won't ever forget it. I won't ever forget it. That's not something you forget. You can forgive. I do because it does me no good to harbor such animosity, but I will never forget it. And that's it. And I was hoping, right, I was hoping that the awareness of how do you have to explain to a 30-year-old woman that certain things shouldn't be said like that? How? She's not a kid. Teenagers, I'll give them carte blanche. They're younger. Kids say stupid shit like that because they don't know what else to say, how else to react to things. A 30-year-old woman, no, no, absolutely not. Because she would never do that for anybody else. Tanya is one of them. Everything Tanya ever said and did. Oh, she's horrible. Look what she did. Oh, how could you? Turn that turn that judgmental pendulum right back on you. So, why am I not friends with her? Because of her lack of honesty. Because as a person, you don't have to feel like me. You don't have to be like me. But you do have to have some sort of common decency. And sometimes it's lacking. And I can't, I can't fuck with that. I can't. I don't have it in me to just listen to a vapid person, not a a vapid void that's not there. You know, it just doesn't help. Anyway, I have talked enough on this. I'm pretty sure it'll be, oh, here we go again, talking hours and hours and hours. No, I'm not doing the hours and hours thing. I just wanted to clarify some things in case anyone future listens to that hangout and has absolutely no idea what went wrong at the end or why it did. It's water under my bridge. I don't speculate that she'll come back to my channel or want to have another discussion on my panel. If she did, I'd be very shocked and very surprised. But I would give her still the consideration she's given me before. But I'm not going to listen to her lie. I'm not going to listen to her be, you know, confusing, and I'm not going to stand anybody disrespecting my personal people in my life. Not going to have it. Not happening. I don't care what you think that was going to do. You don't do that. That doesn't fly. I wouldn't have that fly for anybody. None taken, darling. None taken. It's fine. Absolutely fine. She's got nothing to gain by showing up or saying anything. There's nothing to gain. There's too many people here in opposition. There's nothing to gain. Attacks cannot, be forthcoming until it travels. So there's nothing to gain here. And on all respects of having mutual conversations, if it mattered, if friendship mattered, you would be making those steps instead of saying that another person should have come to you. Why do people have to come to you? That's my thing. What is that? Why is it always so one-sided? Why do people have to come to her? Why can't she say, obviously I heard, or obviously it's going around that you're upset and I care about how you feel. So what's up? Not this, well, they didn't come to me. They didn't tell me. Bullshit. And I call bullshit again. Yeah, they did. Quite frankly, they did. They don't have to document everything they did. Oh, it's bad to go on Google Hangouts to try to get a hold of me. Oh, it's bad to go on Twitter to try to get a hold of me. Okay, great. So where do we get a hold of you then? Where? Where? In osmosis, Morse code, you know? Should we start sending out smoke signals? How? JJ. I just, I that burns me. Why does everybody have to come to you? It should be mutual. If a person is making an effort to tell you, listen, this upset me, then you should be making the effort to answer them. At least tell them, okay, when I'm ready. I get the whole I wasn't ready. I had to process my thoughts. Fine. But give a person acknowledgement to say that. Say, listen, let me get my thoughts together. I don't want you to think that I don't care, but I can't right now. You know what? I'd have respect for that. It is not about what the fallout's about. It's the way it's handled, Felicia. Doesn't matter what you did. It's done already. It's the way it's being handled. Do you get that? That's it. Regardless of who has an opinion or not. That's just human decency. And we share each other's pain. People talk about it. So you scorn him for talking about pain, but then, pretend that, you had no idea. Bullshit. You scorned him, and you scorned him because hey, he's shady. Give me a break. Well, good luck. That's all I have to say. Good luck on that. How long that'll last. Because people will travel in and out and never stay. Never stay. Tanya had a very good question the other day. Who is still of these people are your friends? She had to go. It's funny? We heard her. She had to go looking through the computer. Let me go look. Oh, wait, who are my friends? That should have been an easy question, an easy thing to answer. No, he didn't, Gypsy. You were there. He said nothing wrong. It's all just like me. She did the same thing to me. Choly blasted me for 5 hours. Choly blasted me for 6 hours. No, you were mentioned, yeah, sure, in discussion, but I didn't blast you. Oh my God, Tucci, do I have to go and listen to that? Are you all stunted that Tucci actually put up a scope? I have to probably watch it on the outside because I no longer have Periscope. Press 1 if you're all shocked that Tucci scoped. But yeah, so. Oh, damn! Y'all. Damn. I need links because I can't, I have to listen on the outside. I can't do the whole, go in. I don't even think I'm there anymore. I probably am erased. Tucci is amazing. Once Tucci's allowed to speak, because that poor girl, she's been up on many on many a panel, and it's like she's just not allowed to say what she's got to say. If anyone wants to, if anyone, JJ, link your Periscope so I can listen on the outside because you have a wrench, and anyone, well, or anybody. No, truthfully, it's true. I have sat up there when she is trying to get a point across to Felicia, and it was just like, nope, nope. But you talked about me, but you said shit about me, and I'm not going to let you talk over me, and I'm not going to let you say this over me. And I'm like, oh my God, let the woman speak. Uh-oh, Celeste, they're going to give you a run for your money in scoping. You were yell JJ, you were yelling? I don't think oh no, I have heard you yell. I've heard you yell before. It's a scary thing, y'all. But you guys know that because you just listened. Yeah, hashtag, new hashtag, Tucci needs to scope more often. Hashtag for Tucci scoping more. I almost said Tucci scooping. You're scooping, Tucci, just letting you know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Or four, maybe. What? Wait, Celeste, I thought you and Lindy were okay. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I know nothing. I don't know nothing. I need my fabuloso crew because I know nothing. See what I mean? Like, Celeste, I thought everybody loves you. Like, nobody has a falling out with Celeste for long. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Does this one include charts or graphs? Or like time frames here because oh my god. Oh, that was that whole thing, right, with you and Lori. I don't know, I only heard a little of it from Miguel. I don't know anything outside of that whole thing. Your awesome your awesomeness, your natural heat. I can't do it. Jeez. Why does it have to be? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, Celeste, I'm the one that always says that, oh, why is everybody always like bowing down to Celeste? She's untouchable. But apparently not. Like, I always think, I'm like, ew, Celeste can do no wrong, whatever. Would y'all seriously though, would y'all ever tell Celeste if you thought she was wrong? Like seriously, like if you ever thought she was out of line? Because I don't think in all the time I've been here, like I've ever seen anyone call, well, like that's like, would like, ew, Celeste. Not for very long anyway. Well, I wonder why. A drama. Oh, it's a drama video. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes, but we have our things. We get in our little sassy frassiness. All right. All right. I did not know. Uh-oh, Purge. Purge is calling. Hello, Purge. Hello, Purge. Hello. Damn telemarketers. It comes up as something else, but then it's like you get on the phone and it's like telemarketers. Ugh, it drives me nuts. Okay. Well, I have two. I'm just saying, like, oh no. Oh no. God. I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. I stay stupid. Where's AJ? Where is AJ? AJ, you still shopping, AJ? Anyway, I will be uploading a video not very shortly, but pretty soon. I haven't recorded it yet. Is that MB? No, don't do it, Mike. No, please. No, I'm not singing for you. No, please don't ask me. Please. Today's my die day. Don't ask me to sing for you. No. I will be recording a video very soon, just updating what have you. Not that anyone really cares on this side chat, but anyway, because I'm trying to do the grind here on my channel, just churn out as much as I possibly can because I still like it, enjoy it, and maybe you know any suggestions on what I should be making videos on because I like making videos. I know these hangouts are great and everything, but I like videos. Like, yeah, okay, so whatever. Tanya, are you still here or did you leave too? So I'm giving myself 10 more minutes. Anybody has anything to say or suggestions or anything of that nature, what have you. Thank you. Oh yes. In other words, spend your money. No, I do have a couple coming. I do have a couple coming. I like the I'm going to be doing that more, the TJ Maxx Marshalls thing. I kind of like it, just my own take on it. I know a bunch of people do it, but I'm like I am so like just obsessed with those. You have something to say? Uh-oh. Well, go ahead, Tanya, say it. I got something to say. You keep my name out your mouth. Whatever, Mike, 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 Mike. Whatever. Oh yeah, keep my name out of your like private weird messages. I don't know. Oh, that's very nice. See that, guys? Screenshot it. Look what Tanya said. Look what Tanya just said, y'all. Screenshot that. That's very true. Girl, Mike, I ain't telling her nothing, Mike. You got a Periscope. Tell it on yourself. I ain't speaking on behalf of y'all. I speak behalf of me and, you know, my other personalities. Oh, there you go. See, Tanya, not everybody is so mean. Stop being mean. Who's what? She's probably watching me. I don't care. Oh, that's fine. I hope I clarified what maybe was confusing, Miss Fee, and why people were interested and why people got involved and what have you, because again, it is the way it's handled. It's not the actual content of the whole situation. In fact, that isn't our business. But unfortunately, when it's happened way too much and keeps happening, it is relevant. It is fresh. It is new. It is not old news. Nah, nah, it's too much. It's in the middle of the day, Mike, and I ain't beating nothing. My damn hangout was 5.5 hours the other night. I, yeah, it did. Hers was more than 3 hours. It was like four and something, almost five. Mine was like five and geez. I know that, Andrea. That's the norm here. That's the norm. That can be trolls. It can be, people that don't want to say anything because they don't want to make their presence known. Felicia. But yeah. it's all good. It's staying up. It's just, ain't nothing wrong. I apparently have some scopes to listen to on the outside because I'm on the outside looking in. I am not going in. I don't want to hear anything I've said on Periscope. Yikes. Yeah, well, I want some cauliflower, Celeste. You got some of that? You got some cauliflower, some cheese, some blintzes? And what about some like, nice beverages, cocktails? Yeah, yeah, it's very draining. Yes, awesome. Grilled, please. Caffeine cauliflower. Oh, that's my that should be my new series. Caffeine cauliflower. Caffeine cauliflower. Oh my God, party cheese. Get crazy with the cheese whiz, like my friend Nikki says. Nikki is probably somewhere, although she would make her presence known. Yeah. Some guac. Who makes good guac up in here? Yes. Apparently JJ and Tucci, Miss Tanya. I don't know. The word just came out of my mouth, Gypsy. Who? Three whom? I'm listen, I'm up for it. Oh my God, Christmas tree, yes. I know. No! See, that's what people missed the other night. That was hysterical when we were first getting into the first hour of my hangout and we're talking about, things that we've done in manic and, our like extreme emotions. And then Nikki revealed that she threw an entire decorated Christmas tree at her husband. That was flippin' funny. I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't funny for him, but if anybody wants to link it on the side chat for those that don't follow JJ or Tucci, go on. Mike, Tanya, Muffin, whoever has a wrench, I'm completely fine with that. That would help me out too because I want to see it. You doing your nails, Leanne? What'd you do with your nails, Leanne? I miss Leanne's laugh. She has the best laugh. Leanne, have you heard from Emrod? Has anybody heard from Emrod or know where Emrod is? And if anyone has, tell her I miss her. And I miss when she used to like yell at me in scopes. Cauliflower, let me talk to you. Eh, no Valentine's. No, no. Melting, melting. Cool. Well, say hello, please. And that she's missed. Good. Good. Glad to hear it. Awesome sausage. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. So y'all that make the good guacamole, what do you put in it? Just curiosity's sake. Do you do tomato or without tomato? See, I always do without tomato. Sometimes I put tomato, but I don't think it's necessary. Oh boy. Yeah, anti V-Day. Anti. It's like it sounds like a it sounds like a Summer's Eve commercial. It sounds like a Summer's Eve commercial. Welcome to V-Day. Oh, y'all do tomatoes. Okay. All right. All right. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I kind of think I don't know, it kind of liquefies the guacamole. Yep, 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 yep. Got that. Mm-hmm. Any garlic? I love garlic and everything. Cilantro. I do a 2021 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. Love that stuff. Put it in everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I don't have lime juice, or a fresh lime, I use lemon. That's true. That's true. Well, sometimes I use like the grape tomatoes. Excuse you. You just call me a betch? I don't think so, Mike. Oh, yeah? Is that like, because of the taste? I love cilantro, but I sometimes I do without it because sometimes I don't always have it. I think it's just like anything, like you make like sauce or any kind of side dish. Like it's all about taste and personal preference. Whatever. I don't roll like that. You could talk like Chandra all day and all night. That don't fly with me. Mm-hmm. I said it. It tastes like a Christmas tree. I don't know. I haven't had a Christmas tree lately, so I can't really agree with that. Like I can't, I haven't been chomping down on the pine, so I really don't know if I can agree with that. Oh, I love rosemary. I love Rosemary and her sisters, Sage and Thyme. I love Rosemary. I'm all about the herbs. The herbs and the spices. Yes, I am. So y'all are chomping down on pine. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what's going on here? You ladies are chomping down on the pine. Because how would you know how it tastes? Like, ew. Or catnip for that matter. Not the person, not the person, catnip. Catnip, catnip. Like the green stuff the cats eat. Doom, da doom, didn't like it. Okay, no problem. That's all right. Like I said, it's subjective. It goes to according to people's tastes, I think, you know, people's palates. Ew. Ew. What do you like those kids? Ooh, this looks edible. Oh my God, speaking of edible, can I just tell you that I have Joe who will every time I turn around or my back is turned or I open a makeup drawer, will try to attempt to eat something of my makeup. He has done it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like literally. It's like what? I like I know he jokes about it, but sometimes I think it's an actual problem. Like I'll be, putting makeup on, all of a sudden he'll pick up like something I'm using and he'll be like about to put in his mouth. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, no joke. I had one time I had like a little vial of orange oil, like the actual oil, not like the one that you put in an essence, like in your, baking or anything like that, like, a essential oil. It was out there. And he picked it up and he literally tasted it. And he's like making like when your cat makes like those tongue when your cat tastes something bad and it's like they do that weird thing with their tongue and he was doing that and he's like, what the hell? I'm like, it's not for consumption. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, I don't understand that. Like, as a kid, I can understand that stuff, but as a kid, I can understand that stuff. Like, you go and you look at something that's colorful or what have you, and it looks edible, but it's not. An adult, no. But I think he just does that just to play around with me because he knows how much I like value my makeup collection. Like, oh, let me have this. Let me eat this, Anastasia subculture palette. No! First off, do you know how much this was? And second of all, no. Crazy. It's crazy. All right. 14 of y'all. Like I said, anything anyone else has to say or, questions or, comments about videos or anything of that nature, because I'm probably going to shoot off here and go cook my dinner, cook the family's dinner, that whole thing. I was supposed to film today, so you guys rate. I was like, film or shoot a hangout up on. Well, I ain't reading that out. I am not reading that out. Do more hauls or reviews. Surely. That's pretty much what I've been doing. That's what I've been blah, 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 blah. That's what I've been doing. And a lot of the times now I actually do like first impressions or try-ons, that kind of a thing. I don't do like the other gurus do. I just do what I do, but I enjoy that kind of stuff, especially when I get new stuff in. I've got some new stuff coming in. I'm gonna do a Wet and Wild video, dedicated video to Wet and Wild. Um, Another one to Dose of Colors. So yeah, I've got a few coming. A few are coming. Cooking? Oh no, I don't know. Like I've tried doing that a few times. Yeah, I gotta shoot my boxy too. Thanks for reminding me. I've tried doing that a couple of times, Andrea. Like when I was doing the vegan thing for a while. I was showing like certain recipes I did and all that, but I don't know. People don't really watch that stuff when I do. At least when I do it, but that kind of thing. But any old way, thank you all for being here. I know it's not my normal like usual time to run a hangout. I know this is kind of like, in the middle of the day kind of thing, but I figured if I put it out there that you guys would get a chance to hear what I had to say and what have you. So I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody for the other night as well. If I didn't say it the other night, I know it was getting kind of crazy towards the end there. But yeah. Oh, your question, Mike? Never, 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 never. I have no desire to do so. And you would say that, Mike. Don't be putting your porn on the side. Don't be putting your see, this one I know I gotta go because now I'm talking in tongues. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you, Andrea, and come back anytime. I do mean that and everything. Yes. Yeah, you'll just hear me rambling, Gypsy. My norm. My norm. Trying to put perspectives on things. All right, y'all. All right, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Have a good one. I shall see you soon.